about this partnership, and I'm delighted to start to highlight these benefits for our VNAA members today. The partnership that we are discussing today with Pro Leasing Services really has its origins almost 18 months ago at a VNAA board retreat, when we decided at the board level that we really needed to provide better opportunities for our members to have access to the products and services that they needed, that because of the size of some of our member organizations, they otherwise might not have the opportunity to obtain beneficial pricing structures in order to engage with some of these partners. It was really envisioned to be part of what we call our Center for Value-Based Transformation that had 3 phases to it. And the first phase was really readiness assessment tools for agencies to understand their performance in value-based models, new healthcare delivery models. The second phase was to offer consulting services to help boards of directors with strategic planning and to really help those organizations position themselves for success in new healthcare delivery and payment models. The third phase was really envisioned to be more of the affinity programming and administrative efficiencies that we're getting to with the announcement of our partnership with Pro Leasing Services. That phase 3 was always designed to offer economies of scale to our members in helping our members access through VNAA's broader membership market power new partnerships and resources that, again, they otherwise might not have the opportunity or the pricing structure to engage through. And so when we started talking with the Pro Leasing Services organization several months ago, I was very excited about this opportunity, both because of the fit with our strategic goals as established by our board at the end of 2015, but also because of the considerable value that I believed it would offer to our members. We have had numerous conversations at the VNAA Financial Leaders Work Group about fleet leasing, car leasing services, and other benefits, and the need for some of these partnerships and benefits. And so based on member input, based on board direction, this partnership really is very critical to VNAA's expansion as a resource for our member agencies. I will tell you, the smart cars that you're going to hear about today are fabulous little vehicles. I have had the opportunity to ride in one. They are unbelievably spacious, and one of my good friends who is actually over 6 feet tall has one and thinks it's the greatest thing that he's ever driven. So I'm very hopeful that it will be a valuable resource and a tool for our members to not only economize their fleet leasing expenses, but also to help expand the service areas that they currently serve, and to better serve their current service areas as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Monica Deal, who is going to be speaking, I believe, on behalf of Pro Leasing Services. Monica, to you and your colleagues, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to partner with you and look forward to helping to engage our members to avail themselves of your resources. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Tracy. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on to the phone call this afternoon. We're very excited to partner with VNAA to provide this service for you, and look forward to having conversations outside of this webinar. And at this point, I would like to turn it over to Mark Milbury, who will get down into the details of what PLS has to offer with our partnership with Smart Card. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Monica. Mark, before you start, this is Tracy again. Can I just ask, if you are not speaking, if you could please mute your line. It helps with allowing everyone else to hear the presentation, but also because I just heard some echo as Monica was speaking. So if you don't mind to mute your line, and then when we get to the Q&A at the end, certainly you're welcome to unmute and ask as many questions as you may have. Mark, go ahead.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is Mark Milbury with Pro Leasing Services. I have just two quick items before I get started. The first is that there's quite a bit of information in the PowerPoint today. We're not going to cover all of it. If you'd like to receive a copy of it afterwards, please let us know. We're happy to share that. And then secondly, I'm only going to need about 10 to 12 minutes of your time. We have a very thoughtful approach and solution. We feel that it's fairly simple to convey. So with that being said, at the onset, I'd like to thank Tracy for the opportunity to serve the VNA members. One of the things that was really evident after talking with Tracy and listening to her needs and the needs for the VNA members, PLS realized it was really a goal of ours that we needed to provide a seamless, national, one-stop shop for VNA member vehicle needs. And beyond that, to give VNA an opportunity to build a brand identity and to help standardize that brand image in the marketplace and with your customers using the smart car. The additional savings that are possible with our relationships with Smart USA Manufacturing benefit VNA members, and PLS has also allocated resources regarding anything related to the vehicle itself, and we'll talk about that in just a second. All that combined, it allows us to take a lot of the work and effort and expense that goes into maintaining a vehicle and shouldering that ourselves so that you can concentrate on your primary work at hand. So what I would suggest to you is this: whether you're buying vehicles currently or you're leasing vehicles or maybe even providing reimbursement, the PLS vehicle plan for VNA is worth your consideration. And it's important to note that there's no contract involved. There's two absolutely amazing offerings that are part of this program for VNA members. The first of which is pretty revolutionary. We've been able to work with Smart Car USA and offer every VNA member in the continental United States a one-week test drive in a smart vehicle. And so that's a vehicle that's delivered to you. It's properly presented and explained, the features, the benefits, the operation of the vehicle, even with some customization that we're going to talk about. And that gives you a great hands-on opportunity to try it out. The second thing is PLS is going to offer you the opportunity to get a savings snapshot of your current fleet or reimbursement program and compare it to the PLS and VNA program so that you get a good comparison for the benefit or advantage of this new partnership. So just a quick tidbit about PLS. We're a Michigan-based, nationally known fleet management company. I often describe us as being small enough to be nimble, but financially sound enough to think big. Our specialty in fleet is really with fleets that are under 500 vehicles. That's really our niche. And where we really shine, fleets under 500 really require a lot of additional input, help, customer service, and recommendation, because typically the person that's handling the fleet is not a full-time fleet manager. They manage other capacities and responsibilities, and that's where PLS comes in. Our goal is to provide VNA members with exceptional savings and the operational efficiencies for every aspect of your fleet. So on the next slide, it's just a brief description about fleet management. And I won't go into all of these items, but fleet management can be as simple as providing a vehicle for you, which is the right vehicle at the right time at the right cost point, or it can include a lot of other services such as telematics and service and safety and accident management programs. One of the most important components of fleet management to us is to reduce the cost of your acquired vehicle and have a plan for that vehicle. Like Tracy said, it's a strategic plan. It's a life cycle of the vehicle. It's good for a certain period of time and mileage. That sort of thoughtful implementation ultimately does one thing. It lowers the cost per mile for you to have that vehicle and increases the efficiency for your folks that are out on the road. On the next slide, you'll see that PLS is, we call ourselves a fee-free company. I won't go into all these things, but if you work with a fleet management company today, there are quite a few itemized additional fees over and above your cost of the vehicle. PLS, because we grow organically, we've taken the money that most companies allocate to advertising and marketing, and we've reduced that in the form of being a free company. We feel that it's a really great, transparent way to do business, and our customers really appreciate it. On the next slide, we're going to talk about steps to an efficient fleet. And I'm encouraging you to contact PLS to receive a savings snapshot. One of the things that we'll do is ask you a few questions to provide some good data to PLS. And with that data, we can help you standardize what you're doing for vehicles, lower the cost of those vehicles, provide a single monthly invoice for your vehicle and any other services you may want, give you any real-time reporting that you may need, and at the end of the life cycle of that vehicle, we'll help you liquidate that vehicle for the current market value within 2 business days anywhere in the United States. It's a seamless way of doing business. Again, it allows you to focus on your primary task at hand. And I think one of the things that we've realized as we've gone through this process with VNA is that your members, to a greater extent than our current customer base, are going to have different needs and priorities. So for us, it's going to be essential that we provide you, each member, with a very tailored and unique product and service solution, and we're prepared to do that. So on the next slide, we talk about the One Smart partnership. And really, this is a great trio of organizations that have come together to deliver a great product and service. It started with Tracy, and PLS was involved, and we brought SmartCar into it. And all of these things combined really generate a pretty amazing offering, not only in terms of pricing and discounts, but I'm talking about the ability to have that vehicle delivered to your office to drive for a week. PLS can offer you flexible financing options. You may want to purchase the vehicle. You may want to lease the vehicle. In addition to that, we're working with a company called AutoExec. They do custom tool compartments, and we feel that there are certain products that they have that will be fantastic complements for VNA and the people driving these vehicles. They make things such as custom tool compartments that seatbelt into the vehicle, to removable workstations on your steering wheel, and laptop holders. And it's our intention that when you get your vehicle for a test drive, that some of these custom tools are available and in the vehicle. On the next slide, wherever you are in the continental U.S., you're within our reach. And again, this is designed to be a partner program that you don't have to do a lot of work to get a benefit. We want to do the work so that you can realize the benefit. This is what we do. So we have strategically partnered with SmartCar vehicles strategically placed in regions around the country so that every member that desires a one-week test drive in a smart car has the ability to do that. So you can schedule your demo wherever you may be. And keep in mind, there's no cost to do this for you. We've taken care of this. There's no obligation to you, and there's no contract. I think what Tracy said early on is valuable and pertinent. PLS feels like there can be a tremendous value that is shared with VNA members, and we think that you'll take advantage of some of our offerings once you get a chance to experience it for yourself. On the next slide, I've got a couple of slides about the smart car itself. You know, and I think anytime I've ever brought up this car to someone that maybe hasn't driven one, their first question is always, gosh, is it a safe car? You know, in fact, it's an incredibly safe car. It was given a good rating by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, and when you talk to the design engineers for Smart Car, it was really designed as a tritium steel cage in the same way that NASCAR and other professional race cars are designed. So it's an incredibly safe car, and we're very confident to represent it. It has an incredible amount of space, especially in the trunk, which is really surprising. But one of the great standard features of this vehicle is it comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. That includes roadside assistance. And on average, depending on how the vehicle is used, it only requires an oil change about every 10,000 miles. So when you couple that with some of the other safety features like Bluetooth, hands-free streaming, and crosswind assist to help you stay in your lane during windy conditions, it's really a fantastic vehicle. On the next slide, it's got some additional standard features, and I will point out that it said 5-speed manual transmission. I would suspect most folks would opt for an automatic. But with the heated seats and heated mirrors, the Bluetooth and the surprising trunk room, it really is a pretty fun and functional car. On the next slide, you'll see two really great features and benefits for this vehicle. One is that it gets 36 miles to the gallon combined highway and in-town miles per gallon, and it has the tightest turning radius of any vehicle in the industry. It's especially great in urban areas. The next slide we had some discussion with, and it talks about the appeal rating of the smart car. And I would say, admittedly, Smart Car said, gosh, our previous models maybe weren't recognized as being that appealing. And I think part of that, too, is maybe folks didn't consider the vehicle. But for last year, the Smart Car had the biggest increase in appeal ranking for any car in its class. I would say a more true-to-life representation of this is the fact that Mercedes recently invited Andrew and Monica and I down for a Smart Car test drive a few months back, and we had the opportunity to go drive this vehicle in an urban setting and spend some time with the people that work with the engineers on designing this car and why they've built it the way that they've built it. I think we all left far more impressed than what we expected, both in terms of the safety, the space, and just the functionality. It truly was surprising in every way. And I would encourage all members really to take advantage of the test drive opportunity, because that's how you're going to find out for yourself. On the next slide, it talks briefly about some of the optional services. The vehicle is the product. Some members may ask for a maintenance program so that you can get one bill for all your service needs for all your vehicles. with real-time reporting. That's available. If you have a need for accident management or subrogation, when your vehicle is involved in an accident that's not your fault and you want to collect what's owed to you, that program is also available. We also have a pretty diverse list of safety and safety training modules and tools, including driver safety programs. So if you need help developing or reviewing a driver safety training program for the folks that are driving your vehicles, we're happy to provide that as well. And on the next slide, you'll see how truly simple it is to work with PLS. How do you get started? How do you learn more, get more information, see what the benefits really are for you? Very simple. You can contact via phone or email Andrew Schecker or myself, Mark Milbury, and we'll want to spend just a few minutes on the phone to get a needs analysis done. And once we gather that information, we just need a couple of days to put it all together in sort of a savings snapshot for you. And that's where we really come back and say, here's what we think we could do for you. Here are some options and recommendations. And here's how you benefit. And it may be a benefit in terms of saving money, improving functionality, improving your image, lowering cost. It might be a lot of things or some combination thereof. At the same time, if you're interested, we can schedule a demo and we bring the vehicle to you to drive for a week. And then from there, it's just good planning, because when you plan your vehicle needs, you're lowering your expenses, you're improving your reliability and functionality, and that's the core competency of any good fleet, is just good planning. So I guess in summary, I'd just like to say that I think this trio of VNA and Smart Car and PLS, it makes for a really great offering. And we're looking forward to being involved with you and sharing what we have to offer with your members. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to any questions.
How is the Smart Car in snow? You know, how well does it drive in Michigan in the winter?
You know, it drives surprisingly well because the engine is in the back, so that's where your weight is. Are you in Michigan as well?
No, in Massachusetts.
You're in Massachusetts, okay. Yeah, we'd be happy to bring you a demo and drive around your area. I know they get plenty of snow over there as well.
So Mark, thank you so much for that, I think, very helpful overview. I wonder if anyone on the line can share with us their current arrangement. Are you leasing vehicles? Are you considering leasing vehicles for a certain subset of your practitioners? How is this of interest to your organization is what I think we're interested in.
I talked before, I'll talk again. Not currently leasing, currently just have a mileage reimbursement plan. This wasn't really on our radar, but I saw the promotional item from VNAA and thought, you know, this is something we might be interested in. You know, just wanted to noodle on it. So it was an interesting presentation. Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you. Are any of the agencies on the call currently leasing vehicles or owning vehicles? Well, I do hope that you will take a look and consider scheduling a demo at your facility, at your location. I do think that once we have a couple of agencies who are able to implement this type of fleet management service or fleet leasing service, we'll be able to share with our members the value and the benefits and get involved. Are there any other questions? Great. Mark or Monica, do you have any final comments?
Hi. One of the other things that, because I have a feeling that a lot of the home health care organizations are doing a reimbursement program. If you reach out to us, we would be happy to do an analysis that would give you the pros and cons from leasing, between leasing and reimbursement. We've heard from quite a few people that you may be surprised by the savings that you glean from that.
All right, well, thank you all so much for dialing in. If any of the VNAA members have questions in follow-up, please don't hesitate to email me directly or to reach out to the folks at PLS. Either of us would be glad to try and answer your questions, and I hope that you will consider scheduling a demo at your facility. Thank you so much for your interest in this program, and I'm always interested in hearing about other resources that you and your agency may find valuable, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you all so much. Have a great afternoon.